Ready? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's a slow morning in Cape Town. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. My name is Irma G, currently at Radio 2000, but a staple radio person in Cape Town, and I'm very honored and thrilled to be here today as we get ourselves ready for the Neighborhood Watch Awards Service Excellence for 2022. Yeah, no, I did the pause for the applause. Julle sal moet wakker slaap vandag, julle. This is going to go very quick, and before you blink, it's all going to be gone. But I want to start off with the details, the necessaries. Please make sure that your phone is on silent. See, I know. No, I'll just be over here waiting. You need to hear the ring. You know, you can't put it on silent. But anyway, so that's the first bit of details. And then also, in case of an extreme emergency, the bathroom is not that way. All right? And then just a little quick one for everybody. We ask that you please don't leave before the proceedings are over, especially the winners that will be announced, because we'd like to get a nice individual and, of course, group picture of everybody as well. And, you know, a little hand skit and wish you well and everything else and give you your flowers. So I want you to kick back, relax, and to enjoy every single moment that is happening. It is all in honor of you, and to those who are watching via YouTube, welcome. Make sure that you write down the notes carefully so you can call us out if we are telling any lies, which is not going to happen. Come on. There's a gentleman at the back already going, I'm watching you. It's okay, don't worry, I got this. We start off with the first order of business. We've got Alderman J.P. Smith, who's the Mayoral Committee Member, Safety and Security, to open up the proceedings. So please let's give Alderman a warm round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Goeiemôre, molweni nonke, salamu alaikum, namaste, shalom. You can't tell Neighborhood Watch members to watch you carefully. It's what they do. It's why they're called Neighborhood Watch. Watch, pimp, and interdict. So thank you very much to all of you for coming. Thank you for joining us here this morning. It is really appreciated. Thank you. I know that you have so much else to do. And aside from all the patrols, you find time to be here. And some very familiar faces. There are some absolute warriors against crime in this room today, and I'm very proud to be associated with you. So first, I do need to get one order of business aside, and that's that with every one of these Neighborhood Watch Awards, there is a sense afterwards that, well, you know, there are other people who should have been considered. And I just want to clear the air on this and say that we could only consider those people who are nominated. We opened nominations and asked people to nominate their Neighborhood Watchers, and we can only consider those nominations that came in. There are a lot of Neighborhood Watch members in the city of Durban, a large fraternity of people doing this, and it is impossible to recognize and know about the great work being done everywhere and by each one. So these awards are from those, or chosen from amongst those who were nominated. If you were not nominated, next year let's fix this, because I do think next year's award ceremony is going to be slightly bigger and better. Then I also want to say thank you to the mayor for being here. Dan hosted a large Neighborhood Watch event once in Vygiskraal, but other than that, we have not often had the pleasure of a mayor's presence. And so, Jordan, thank you very much for being here this morning and taking the time. So greetings to all of you who form I wanted to say the city's second line of defense against crime. After our policing agencies and private security, but I'm not sure that you're always the second line. I think sometimes you are there, and very often you are there first. You are the ones who call the others, so you may well be the first line of defense. And there's certainly more of you. I mean, there's around double the number of Neighborhood Watch members than there are SAPs, Metro Police, Traffic and Law Enforcement altogether. So you're an important and powerful force to be reckoned with, and where you're active, your footprints and fingerprints reflect in the crime stats. We see that every year in the property crime stats, especially where you make a very significant input. There's nobody who does more to make our communities better and safer, just making sure I don't miss anybody behind the banner, better and safer than the people in this room. And thank you for that. Every year, our Neighborhood Watch Awards are quite a nice surprise because you may not believe this, but I genuinely don't know who is going to get an award until we give the awards. I don't interfere with this, I don't get consulted, and I don't make an input except, and you've moved it again, except for that one award over there, which is my handiwork. There's one that's my recommendation or commendation for somebody who is special and is doing something very special. Last year's winners were the Langa Safety Patrollers, and I was very ecstatic because I work in Langa, and so I was delighted. I didn't nominate them or select them because that would be a little bit too close to home. But I was totally surprised. In fact, so were they, because I don't think we had properly notified them, or we had notified one person who came without the rest. So when I saw this happening, I quickly called them, and they came, and we were able to still celebrate with them at the awards. So this week, somebody who works for me, who some of you may know, who works in support capacity for me, Louis, got robbed in Langa. And they stole his cell phone, smashed his window. You're familiar with the routine. And Louis was a deeply unhappy and angry young man, because it's a lust to replace your cell phone. It's not just the fact that you have to replace the phone. It's all your data is all there, all the pictures, everything you're working on. It's a mission to set up a cell phone again, assuming you're insured, which many people are not. So, but lucky for him, the Langa Safety Patrollers heard that it had happened, had a sense of who it may be, went out and found the guy and returned the phone, handed it over to law enforcement, who an hour later were standing at the office door handing Louis his phone, and Louis was apoplectic with happiness. So thank you. There you know. No, it's actually quite an expensive, a new one, but yes. Louis Meyer says you need nicer phone next time, and they won't get it back. So I want to say that he's one of a long list of people who are helped. I have seen so many pictures of people posing with the LSP who have been the victims of smash and grab or other attacks along Jakes Gerwel, who they have helped to recover their stuff. They should all be detectives and investigators in the police. They are remarkably resourceful, and they do a lot of really good selfless work. There are different kinds of people in this world. They are the ones who are quite happy to be left alone and have little interest in what's happening in the world around them, as long as their immediate needs are met and nothing interferes with them. Then you have the people who will see something wrong and go to social media and vent about it on social media, say something or write to one of us, and that's also okay. And then you have the people in this room who see something is wrong and then get up and do something about it. Those who are determined to right the wrongs and who will spend hours of their days and nights trying to find a way to fix this, who make huge sacrifices, not just of their time and money, but of their personal lives, of time that you will never get back, time you could have spent with your family. And some of them do this for decades. So in next year, I'm quite determined to add an additional long service awards to this Neighborhood Watch format, this awards format, to recognize those who've been plugging away at this for a decade or more, who have done years of service, or 5 years or 10 years of service, and to do something special. And Mayor, we will probably have to add something special to that award for people who have been going at it this long. So watch this space. Anton is now plotting this because he's the one who has to deliver on that promise. There are some days, I can tell you, when I work a 6-day week, 6.5-day week, where I work literally every day from very early till very late, including Saturdays and 2/3 of a Sunday. When it comes to Friday night or Thursday night at 6 p.m., I am tired. The day has started early, I'm exhausted, it's been going the entire week. I've not been home once before 10 o'clock at night. And I really just want to go home come 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And I know the last third of my day is only starting. And then I think of all the Neighborhood Watch members who are on the same boat, who do a whole day's work and who then go out and patrol in their communities until late, not just until 10, but until 12 or 1 or 2 or later. And I think of our reservists, our law enforcement auxiliary members, who put in 16 to 40 to 60 hours a month extra our disaster management volunteers, our fire reservists, SAPS reservists, who all put in this extra time, even though they have day jobs, or many of our officers who work overtime regardlessly. Like the ones I was out on last night, I got to an operation. We had an awards event here with the Hawks. We're privileged enough to be able to host the Hawks downstairs in the banqueting hall. I left there, I joined the officers on an operation in Hout Bay. And those officers who were there at 9 o'clock at night had started on that massive operation at Woodstock Hospital at 3 o'clock in the morning. So there are some of them who do really brilliant work. And I want to say people like that and the people in this room with what you do, you drive me. You make me pause at that moment and say, no, it is worthwhile going on for another 4 or 5 hours because everybody else in this room, all this neighborhood watch fraternity, you're doing it. Then certainly I must do it too. And you really are a powerful and important driver for me. You motivate me a great deal. The neighborhood watches are about a lot more than just patrolling. There are people who help in great deal many ways. So yes, patrolling is important, but there are those who watch, those who are standing in the house or at the kitchen window and watching what is going down, looking at the person pushing that heavy wheelie bin and knowing that is wrong and reporting it to a group, or reporting gunshots that gets through on our radio room and that has one of the people in the radio room put that through to Metro Police. I see that happening on the WhatsApp groups. I see it reported on the WhatsApp group in the community, and then I see it pop up on the Gang and Drug Task Teams group. They are taking those cues from you. You are a shot spotter for the whole city. So there are those who help by reporting. There are those who raise funds. There are those who manage memberships, who are organizing meetings, who are setting up camera and radio systems, who are monitoring WhatsApp groups, and who are liaising with the police, amongst many other things. Thank you. All of you are making this whole machine move forward. It's not just those who actually patrol. All of you are playing a valuable role, and thank you. Not everybody can patrol all the time. But I am ashamed when I see healthy young people at 5 o'clock sitting in the pub, and I go out on a patrol, and I see people in their 80s still patrolling and still being alive and active, and then I think, shoo, they don't make them like they used to. I do want to make a special mention of a particular category of volunteer, and that is those who monitor CCTV cameras. There are not a lot of those, but increasingly as communities have set up CCTV monitoring rooms, and the city, through especially the ward allocation funding of some councils, have set up these CCTV monitoring rooms. There are a few who do this, who spend a lot of time doing this. And that can be a particularly thankless task because you often are doing it alone. You're sitting in a dark room in the lonely hours of the morning watching those cameras and reporting what you see. And therefore, I was extremely delighted when a few weeks ago we could introduce the first 37 neighborhood watch members as employees of the city to replace the private security in our CCTV monitoring operations. That was a real step forward. 36 and a supervisor that are now working for us, chosen from among neighborhood watch members. Those are all current neighborhood watch members. And among them are two absolute veterans of the business, Howard Downs and Mansour Ismail. These are people who have been doing this for many years. If you're broadly on the neighborhood watch groups, you will know them from Grassy Park and from Ocean View. There are people who have been doing this for a long time, thanklessly and without a cent of remuneration, who are doing this. So I want to say to you that was the first tranche. They are on contract. This is a proof of concept. I know we are going to knock the socks off the Metro Police. I know that they are going to prove that they're infinitely more effective than private security guards who have no skin in the game and little interest in what they're doing, that they are going to be far more effective, that they have a genuine passion for what they're doing, and that we're going to optimize those results and detections. In fact, I can already see it in the stats. I was at the TMC building in Goodwood yesterday. I saw some of them coming and going from the building and spoke to some of them. I can see already that we are going to be upping the ante a lot, and when they go into formal employment or full-time employment, we will start with the next tranche. We'll gradually replace all of our private security with neighborhood watch members from different communities. So thank you to them. This is an exciting project, and we'll see how that develops over time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am keeping my comments a bit shorter this morning. because we do have the mayor to address you. But I want to conclude by saying that South Africa can appear like a dire place at the moment, a painful place. There are lots of really sad stories. And if you're close to fighting crime in communities, you are seeing that, you are feeling it, you're in touch with it, you're arriving at scenes where there's heartache and heartbreak and where communities are really going through tough times, where families are facing terrible ordeals. So it is, I think, easily possible to feel that everything is going wrong and for things to feel hopeless. But I want to say that if you're involved, as you are as Neighbourhood Watch members, in trying to fix that you don't feel as hopeless. You know that we are in a fight against criminals and sometimes poor policing, but you also know that the battle can be won and that in many big and small ways every day, you are winning that battle. You are winning little battles in this fight against crime every single day. It's not just the crimes there you catch someone or you are able to report on who did it. It's the crimes you prevent by having been present in the first place. The woman that does not get attacked by a group of men. The car that does not get broken into because you are patrolling. The crimes that do not happen because you are present. There is a great deal that we need to be grateful to you for. So it's not just the ones you catch. It's everything that you do to prevent crime. And I think that you know that things are not completely hopeless. And I want to say to you, in fact, I think you are largely the source of hope for many. If you don't know how many people you inspire when they see you coming down the road, please know that you are a source of inspiration for me and many others. Please don't stop what you're doing. Let's just keep on adding more soldiers to this fight. Let's keep on recruiting. Walked the other night with one of the Khayelitsha neighborhood watchers, and we were recruiting as we went. I don't know how many names we had by the end of it, but we must recruit. We can't stop until it's 100,000 people in these neighborhood watches and then more. And we will keep on doing what we can to support you and making sure that you have equipment and resources. The 5.6 million we have on the budget this year to help neighborhood watches between my budget and the ward allocation budgets, we're going to do everything we can for you because really you are our biggest hope to amplify that which we are doing internally. And I will leave it for the mayor to say more about that. Thank you very much. Enkosi kakhulu. Bye-bye, dankie.
Thank you very much to Alderman J.P. Smith. I just want to say it's not quite as dire as we think. I have a young producer who works with me on my radio show, and he's 22, and he's also part of his neighborhood watch. So every Saturday and Sunday, I get these tales about things that happened while they were on the road, and I just have to say, y'all are lit. There's a lot that you take care of in the dead of the night while we take our sleep for granted. So thank you very much. It's really special to know that we have you, all of you, and some of you at home, to help us along and to keep our neighborhood safe. So just a little thank you from my side. At this point, yep, okay, you can clap. Alderman was saying earlier I shouldn't want a neighborhood watch to watch me clearly. No, I do. Please, take care of me. But at this point, we'd like to call on Mayor Gordon Hill-Lewis to please join us and to say a few words. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Goeiemôre, molweni, assalamu alaikum, namaste. Goeiemôre. Lovely to be here. What a pleasure. I can't think of anything better that I'd actually prefer to be doing on a Saturday morning than saying thank you to such an incredible group of Cape Townians. And I genuinely mean that. We have got lots and lots of events around the city happening all the time. Sometimes 5, 6, 7 per day that we attend in our job, both the alderman and I. But nothing gives me a greater sense of pride and satisfaction and happiness, genuinely, than saying thank you to people who contribute so much to building the kind of city that we want. And when I think about what kind of people those are, or what groups of people those are, we see them often around Cape Town, getting involved in residents' associations, getting involved in sometimes SIDS, improvement districts. But most frequently, we see them rolling up their sleeves, taking out their torch, and getting involved in a neighborhood watch. And it's nice to see some familiar faces that I have joined these last few months, and look forward to joining many more. But I want to just start this morning. The purpose of the whole day is really to say thank you and well done. But start this morning by asking each of us to give a round of applause, not for ourselves, because I know that you don't think like that, but for the person next to you who joins you out on patrol, whether it be in your neighborhood or somewhere else around the city. Thank you very much for what you do. I think if I summarize the two main feelings I have this morning, it's a sense of real awe and a sense of gratitude. And I just want to say a few things about those two sentiments this morning. Firstly, awe at people who deliberately, decidedly choose to put aside all of the creature comforts and human comforts that everyone else in your community may enjoy, like time with family, dinner at the table, TV time, rest time, sleep, and so on, and actively choose to go and do something about the sense of unsafety and hopelessness that so many people in South Africa feel today. That takes a very special kind of person. I promise you, if you ever want to feel good about your own life, just spend 10 minutes on either mine or JP's Facebook page, and you'll see how many people shout and moan at us all day long. But most of those people are not doing anything about that which they are upset about. They are just going onto Facebook and mouthing off. And there's someone, I love reading sometimes my own Facebook comments. Is there anyone from Woodstock Neighborhood Watch here today? Because there's someone on my Facebook page who, whenever someone moans, Woodstock Neighborhood Watch comes in and says, "So are you joining us on patrol?" And literally just every time, literally every single time, and I love that. But you are demonstrating that spirit. You're not taking what's happening in South Africa for granted. You're not taking your own sense of anxiety about unsafety for granted. You are standing up and doing something about it. If we had many, many more South Africans like you, we would have half the problems. So firstly, I feel a sense of awe and admiration for people who do that. Secondly, a sense of gratitude, because as JP has said, you absolutely are the first line. We have got about 3,500 officers combined in all of our services in the city of Cape Town. We work closely with some excellent, hardworking, professional SAPS officers, but you know better than anyone how tough it is in the resource-constrained environment that they are working in, sometimes with vehicles that aren't functional, equipment missing, and so on. And so we talk a lot around the city about what we call our whole-of-society approach, that it cannot just be up to the city or the provincial government to solve problems, that it is up to the whole of society to solve problems. We have to have responsible citizens that care for their community, that stop cable theft, that prevent litter, that pick up some litter themselves, and so on. Do all of those little things that make our society successful. But in this, I know that I am quite literally preaching to the choir. You are the choir. Because if Cape Town will only work with active citizens and a whole-of-society approach, you are absolutely demonstrating that. And so the second sentiment I feel this morning is one of profound gratitude for what you do to make our city safer for everyone who lives in it. And I assure you that community partnerships are just that. They are partnerships. A partnership involves two parties, and it is two-way. And you have our undivided, unbridled support for the efforts that you are making to make Cape Town a better city and your community a safer place. I know that not everyone is supportive. I know that you get those few residents who, for whatever reason, complain about it. But in the city government, you have absolute supporters. That is why we are putting so much effort and resource into boosting our own law enforcement agencies, be it Metro Police or traffic or law enforcement itself, into boosting our own law enforcement agencies and giving them the kind of technology that they need to make them much more effective over time. And we're starting to see the impact of that on the streets of Cape Town already. But really, it's just, we're just scratching the surface. I'm very excited for the years ahead to see what further impact all of those investments are going to have. And when our own law enforcement agencies are beefed up and have got the technology that they need to give them the intelligence that they need to be far more effective, and they are working hand in hand with you and sharing that intelligence with you, and vice versa, where you have camera rooms and so on and can share eyes and ears intelligence with them, then imagine what more of a powerful crime fighting and crime preventing force that will be in Cape Town. So we have a clear vision for how to effect a safer city over time, and we are going to be quite disciplined about executing that vision over the years ahead. And you, ladies and gentlemen, are an important part of that vision and that discipline in the next few years. So this morning, we are here to say thank you so much for doing that. I will add one brief point before I close, and that is that you will have heard we've made the call for our law enforcement officers here in the city to receive formal crime investigation powers. And we think that that will make a huge difference. We call it the devolution of policing powers, but that's a technical word that essentially means giving our officers more formal crime investigatory powers. We think that that would make a huge difference in preparing cases for proper convictions. Because as all of you know, the one place where all of our collective efforts still often break down is when suspects are handed over to the criminal justice system and you find them out on patrol the next night or 2 nights later once again. So we think it would make a massive difference to Cape Town's future and South Africa's future if we had formal crime investigatory powers so that we could secure far more effective and regular real criminal convictions. So we're going to keep pushing for that. But in the meanwhile, we'll carry on investing in our officer and tech space, carry on investing in our neighborhood watches with equipment and training, and carry on recognizing you, each one of you, ladies and gentlemen, for the incredible, incredible work that you do to make Cape Town a true city of hope. And I want to echo what JP said 1,000 times. There is so much to feel hopeless about in South Africa. But our whole purpose, our sense of purpose here in Cape Town is to show that something else is possible, that you can feel hopeful about the future of South Africa not because someone else is going to do something about it, but because we, you and I, you and the city, you and our teams, we are going to do something about it. And that is what you are doing. That is what we are doing. Thank you very, very much for doing so.
All right, just to the people upstairs in the gallery, hello? Janet? Cell phone on silent? I don't see always thumbs ups, but okay. Thank you for joining us, rather late than never, as they say. Let's continue with the rest of the program. So up next, we've got Dr. Anton Visser, who is a managing Manager of Safety and Security Services. And we're going to get into the awards. So he will be announcing the categories as well as giving a short description of those awards as well. Dr. Visser.
Thank you very much. Good morning, all. Good morning. Okay, so let's get down to business. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 group categories and 6 individual categories. And then we have the special category from Alderman J.P. Smith, special commendation from the Mayoral Committee of Safety and Security. Okay, so the first category, Social Responsibility Award, that is a group award. It is in recognition of a deep commitment to addressing, mitigating and healing social ills towards healthier, inclusive and united communities.
And the winner in this category is New Horizon Neighborhood Watch.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the New Horizon Neighborhood Watch actively engages and seeks upliftment and educational opportunities in order to target the social ills that break down the community infrastructure. They engage in various social crime prevention projects. They have launched numerous safety campaigns and have developed unique methods of alerting residents when someone is in danger. They are innovative and impactful in the community. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Anton, for some reason, they showed this year that the trophy is heavy enough that it could drop it.
So, do you mind if I take it up and show everyone? You're the first recipient of this.
Tilt it forward.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the second category is Courage in Action Group Award. It is in recognition of sustained neighborhood watch operations in the face of highly compromised community safety.
And the winner in this category is Ottery Safety Patrol Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ottery Safety Patrol Neighborhood Watch is a group of 15 individuals operating in an area with over 5,000 people. They sustain a high level of visibility with regular patrols in high crime areas and demonstrate decisively that the community can stand up to criminal elements. Congratulations. Good. The third category is Situational Crime Prevention Award. It is in recognition of exceptional efforts towards a clean, healthy, and safe environment in which communities can lead dignified lives.
And the winner in the category is New Horizon Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the New Horizon Neighborhood Watch takes safety to another level by identifying and dealing with factors that lead to crime and disorder. They participate and initiate cleanup projects where they physically clean up, sweep the streets, address dumping, remove rubble, and trim down overgrown bushes that hides criminal elements. The evidence submitted clearly shows that they understand the link between disorder and crime. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Okay, then on to the fourth group award. That is the Neighborhood Watch of the Year. And that is an organization that upholds with outstanding achievement the purpose of safeguarding its members and property against crime and other safety concerns.
And the winner is my drum roll? Louder, come now. Thank you, Alderman. Strand Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Strand Neighborhood Watch has made a significant difference in the community. Apart from fighting crime, they are involved in community and upliftment projects. This includes delivering care packages to the elderly and helping the city with the festive season child tagging projects. They have made a positive change in crime in the Strand community and they are a force to be reckoned with. They have a very strong member count. They have between 4 and 7 vehicles on patrol every day, come rain or shine. They have over 1,200 members, 205 are active patrollers, 995 are members, observation members. So, ladies and gentlemen, they get the idea of having eyes and ears out there. Congratulations, sir. Thank you.
At this point, is that your special award? Right. All right. Let's move on. You didn't? Okay, so let me explain. So what we're about to do is Alderman J.P. Smith was going to do a special award, but they are having some vehicle problems, but they're still en route. So we're going to move on to the other awards, and we'll get to Alderman's commendation as Mayoral Committee Member Award in a short while. So Dr. Visser, on to you again, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so let's proceed with the individual awards. The first individual award is Organizational Excellence. That is for excellence in Neighborhood Watch Management.
I see why I'm the one announcing the names. These surnames are going to be tripping me up all morning. But anyway, and the winner, congratulations to Celeste McClons from Narissa Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Celeste is responsible for getting Narissa Neighborhood Watch accredited. This is due to her tireless work with docs and the SAPs. She is described as the heart of the organization, who never fails to assist when needed. She developed and maintains excellent relationships with the SAPs, local councillors, and the evidence that has been submitted clearly demonstrates that she has exceptional operational and organizational skills. Congratulations, Celeste. Mobilizer of the Year. Good, thank you. The second individual award category, Mobilizer of the Year, for exceptional effort to mobilize communities in support of safety.
And the winner in this category is Elmarie Robenheimer from Harlan Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elmarie is outstanding victim support, first responder, and liaison between the police agencies and the community. She assists with securing crime scenes, getting victim statements, working with the investigating officer, and even testifying in court when required. Community safety and ensuring the suspects are apprehended and finally prosecuted are her top priorities. Her perseverance and excellent communication skills have enabled her to have great working relations with the policing agencies, the watch members, policing staff, the local councillors, and the community trust and respect her. Well done, Elmarie. Congratulations. Okay, third individual category, ladies and gentlemen, Inspiration of the Year. It is a Neighborhood Watch leader who has displayed inspirational public leadership across several Neighborhood Watch areas in support of community safety and the greater public good.
And the winner in this category is Stanford Grass from Stephen Road Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stanford is someone who will patrol day and night to ensure that the safety of his community. He is dedicated and committed and regularly goes beyond the call of duty. He is described as honest, brave, reliable, compassionate, courageous, understanding, and a loyal team player. It is clear from the evidence that his leadership is greatly valued in the community he serves. Congratulations, Stanford.
Inadvertently, by virtue of the fact that a blonde person was handling the trophies, we may have given the wrong trophy to the wrong people. That's what's wrong. We will have to just swap them out afterwards.
Good, no problem.
I will mention it.
Okay, good. Thanks.
The
Okay.
blonde, just a second quickly, Doc.
Proceed.
The blonde alderman said that he managed to give the wrong trophy to the wrong person. So can you, afterwards, you guys just have a closer look? Dr. Visser, sorry, back to you.
Thank you. Good, the fourth category, Crime Fighter of the Year. That is for exceptional, selfless, professional and committed service in the fight against crime.
And the winner in this category is, I was waiting for the music there, Zuhair Musa from Narissa Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zuhair is described as the backbone of the organization. It has been demonstrated that he never backs down in the face against crime and social ills. He has been fighting the good fight for over 12 years, and every resident knows him by name. He keeps good relations with the policing agencies, and every weekend coordinates shift commanders with the shift commander to oversee hotspot patrols. Congratulations, sir. Well done.
Well done.
Okay, the fifth category is Courage in Action. That is for recognition of sustained neighborhood watch operations in the face of highly compromised community safety.
And the winner in this category is, oh, there we go, beautiful. Nicole Lynn Jacobus from Corolla Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole is actively involved in the community. She mobilizes Neighborhood Watch members when needed and is always there to help when things get difficult. She takes it upon herself to arrange for police, the fire brigade, ambulance, and other first responders when things turn dangerous. She introduced the campaign Stop Attacks on Uniformed Staff, which was launched in March this year, and encouraged everyone to get on board. And it was well supported by traffic services, law enforcement, and Metro Police, as well as the SAPs. Congratulations. Okay, then the last individual category, that is a Neighborhood Watch Member of the Year. That is for a member who upholds with outstanding achievement the purpose of safeguarding its members and property.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in this category is Shannon and Dylan Pike from Wynberg East Neighborhood Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brother and sister team do everything as one. Despite many personal challenges, they took to the watch like a duck to water when they were first introduced to it. Their knowledge of the sector is invaluable as it enables the identification of problem areas and criminal elements in the area. Their patrol statistics exceed the majority of other members due to the fact that they are out on patrol 6 of the 7 days a week. They are reliable and dependable and do not hesitate to deal with potentially dangerous situations. They are also compassionate and will always reach out to those who seek assistance. Well done, Shannon and Dylan. Congratulations.
Okay, so the person who's winning the special award has not yet arrived, but we'll call on Alderman JP Smith to come up to the front just to go through the award and what it's awarded for. Thank you.
So without any selection process and purely from my own observations of walking with neighborhood watches, there was one gentleman in Khayelitsha who did strike me as being, as continuing with this work despite extraordinary challenge. I'm sorry that he isn't here yet to receive it in person so that you can understand why. But when a person has significant disability in walking and sticks with the neighborhood watch day out and day in and is one of the more diligent patrollers, then somebody like Noni Kent deserves to be acknowledged, and this, the gift and the acknowledgement of the commendation is for him. And in fact, I've invited Mayor Hill Lewis next year to do his commendation. And so when Mr. Kent arrives, we will give this to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to each and every one of you. I do hope that you'll stick around, take the pictures, have a little quick chat. And I have to say, there's one thing I've learned about you Neighborhood Watch guys. I'm probably going to try and take it with me for the rest of the day. Y'all are wearing sensible shoes. I am in pain right now, but I'm smiling, and I'm happy to be here with some of you, familiar faces. I see some faces I personally know, which is pretty cool. And once again, just thank you so much for all the work that you do. I know that when you're in the moment and you're trying to assist whatever situation you're in, nobody says thank you. And that's probably like the worst thing. It's like, it's heart-wrenching. Everybody wants to just hear a thank you. But allow me to say thank you for what you have done throughout this 2022 year. We're going into festive season. It's going to get even crazier. So I'm going to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for what you're about to do for us. But before we finish, I'm going to call on Dr. Visser, who's going to close up with our vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaji. Okay, so first up, all the Neighborhood Watch members who participated and submitted nominations, which is really appreciated. We have received more than 200 nominations, which is a record. Thank you very much for the participation. Excellent, excellent news, excellent news. Mr. Mayor? You can take over, absolutely. Yeah, you can take over. Mr. Mayor, we are honored with your presence here today. Thank you for being here, for taking part. And thank you for the additional R1 million you gave us a couple of months ago. That surely goes a long way for Neighbourhood Watch equipment. It is money well spent, I can assure you that. Alderman Smith, as usual, thank you for your unwavering support of the Neighbourhood Watchers, being out. We have so many of them fighting their battle, getting budget for us. And thank you, sir, for once again insisting that we have this ceremony. Also, I have to mention the Executive Director for Safety and Security, a man who never says no to me when it comes to Neighbourhood Watches and the assistance provided to that. He understands crime and what causes crime and how to deal with it, and he values each and every one of you. Then the adjudication panel, you all know who you are. Thank you very much for your participation. It's quite a job to go through all those applications. Madam MC, Master of Ceremonies, Irma G, what a great job. Good to have you here. Thank you very much for your participation. Also the events organizer, thank you for what you did. Really appreciate it. Alicia Borrens, where's Alicia? As always, she got the cue to take up this matter and to deal with it. And did a splendid job for us. Thank you very much for that. And my team, Community Safety Liaison Officers, you all know them very well. It's Charles Viljoen, Tembani Tuzini, Sean Omani, Marco Boer, and Relton Jooster. Relton, where are you? Put up your hand. Relton, everyone can see you. That's the new guy on the block. And Adrian Brandt. Adrian. Thank you. Dankie broer, ek sien wat jy doen. Okay. And also Bernadette Skou, she's not here today, she's our supply chain management person, deals with all logistics. Without her, the wheels will come off, most definitely, within a week. And then special mention, Russell, put up your hand, please. Russell Dudley, ladies and gentlemen, the man behind the ceremony, who arranged everything, who put everything together, ensured that I don't have to micromanage. Thank you very much, Russell. Good job. Well done. Okay. Good then, ladies and gentlemen. Please join us for lunch, finger lunch afterwards. The prize winners, we have some prizes for you. The winners, we have some prizes for you. Please approach Charles and his team, the Community Safety Liaison Officers. They'll sort you out in that regard. And then in terms of the festive season, just remember that we have Community Safety Liaison Officers on standby from the middle of November until the middle of January. In case you have an emergency, you can contact them. They're on standby. We have set some equipment aside in case you need it for an emergency. If you need the roster of the standby officers, please contact Charles Viljoen. He will provide that to you. SMS him or email him. And then as we approach the festive season, ladies and gentlemen, please know that your efforts are appreciated. Stay safe and go well. I salute you.
One last thing, can we just ask that everybody in the gallery comes down and join us? Let's all just have a quick moment. Catering is still busy setting up, but in that time, we ask that our group winners, as well as our individual winners, come to the front so we can make sure you had the right awards, first of all. But also we want to take more pictures. So please do come down and join us. And yeah, I said that. So thank you very much, everybody. And please don't go anywhere, stick around. But can we ask our winners to come down to the front? Thanks.
Right, thank you for your patience. Noni has arrived. Councillor, just by the way, I see that some of our councillors are here. Anthony, did I see you? Huh? So Anthony Bernard.